How did you turn your life around? Stopped caring about things I can't control and put all my energy into the things I can. It sounds hard, but there's actually a lot you can control and that doesn't leave much room for the other shit. Quit a job that wasn't making me happy, went back to college. Just literally handed in my notice at my shitty office job during a global pandemic and tanking economy to go back to college this September. I'm 29 and scared shitless. This has given me hope. I decided to stop comparing myself to my brother and try to focus on the improvable. God, I wish I could do that. I'm the big brother, I should have my shit together. Reading more and using social media less. I'm almost at the point where I can just delete Reddit. Almost. I quit drinking when I was 24, went back to college when I was 26 and graduated at 29. Paid off my debts slowly but surely and worked my ass off to buy a house. Took years but it was worth it. Getting there myself. The debt part anyway. Would be faster if I wasn't paying my way through grad school, but I should be debt free with a master's degree in 2 years. Left the cult. Edited to add that I, for the awards and upvotes everybody. Realized there was more to life than partying and waking up hungover all the time. Edit. I still think it's good to go out and have fun, but just make sure to do it in moderation. It's easy to get caught up in that life and forget what's truly important, like friends and family and taking care of yourself. I took my last drink of alcohol 2079 days ago. Went to an army psychiatrist who focuses on PTSD. Moving out of my parents' house. I was living with my parents, which is very common thing in India, until end of my med school. I've been in my comfort zone all my life and had everything I need. That led to depression and I wanted to live by myself and to get out of my bubble. Now I can't say I figured it all, but I definitely feel better. I asked for help. Decided it's okay to put yourself first no matter what. I don't mean that go ahead and cheat and lie for your benefits. For example, I was seeing this toxic person for some time and I was the one always compromising and making efforts. When things finally ended, I chose to cut off all contact from that person while they wanted to remain in touch, for support or validation. I felt bad and selfish while doing it, but starting to feel better about myself now that that person is out of my life. You need to be selfish if the other person is being selfish too. Find a 1996 Honda Civic with a clean title and low miles. Gave Facebook, TikTok, etc. a week off. Then 2 weeks. Then never went back. I heavily reduced sugar when I was 21 and started resistance training. 2 years later and I am feeling the best I have ever felt. Have so much energy and self-confidence because I actually like the way I look now. Clothes fit so much better as well. Realizing I don't have to act like someone I'm not just to be liked by everyone. Changed my life choices and it made me a much happier man. I wish I've done it sooner and not on my late 20s. So much wasted time. Went to the gym. It helped me break out of OCD-induced psychosis and brought me back to reality and have been going every day since. Had to replace it with exercising in the park during the peak of COVID though. Went to a sober living and got clean. Realized my quest to find love wouldn't fix anything wrong with me. Stopped manipulating and using men to try to fill the void in my soul. Treated men like people instead of tools. Actually fell in love and am married to the most wonderful person I've ever met. Edit. Thanks so much for the awards. Stopped smoking weed. Quite recently. I deleted Facebook, deleted Instagram and Snapchat. I now only use Twitter and Reddit. I stopped making an effort to those who don't for me. I cut out the toxic people in my life and I surrounded myself with positivity and care. I wasn't happy. Lost weight, shaved head, got tattoos, travel more, complain less. Everything I do is for myself. I have a long way to go. If it's me trying to impress someone, it never sticks. You have to want to do it yourself. Taking vitamin D3 for a bad deficiency and quitting my job with a verbally abusive boss to better my mental health. Refused to be another statistic. Never stayed complacent. Allowed myself to be uncomfortable and enter scary unknown territory for personal and professional growth. Oh, and I got pets and they make me so happy. And they make me want to do better so I can get them nice things like a big backyard and lots of toys. Met a really nice girl. She generously gave me far more compassion, kindness and patience than a wretched creature like me deserved. Over time she changed me. I put down the bottle, I abandoned all my vices, I got clean. I couldn't have done it without her. Still clean to this day. By taking responsibility. What I mean by that is that by accepting that this life is mine and I'm the only one that can turn it around. Nobody else. I quit drinking and smoking and all other bad habits, and I started training and counting calories to lose weight. 2 years later, I'm healthier than ever. I'm surrounded by people who I love and love me. I got rid of all toxic people in my life, including my family, and I'm about to get married and start my own business. Stopped drinking after 3 decades plus of it. Eating healthier, sleeping well, and exercising regularly. The benefits of those 3 are so noticeable. You feel more energized and motivated. Quit having a victimhood mentality and start to take responsibility for once over my life. Lived in Detroit. Skies are gray. Got laid off because management made an absolute mess out of the merger. Next door neighbor got murdered. Decided the city will be the death of me and my happiness, too. Sold the house. Bought a van. Moved to LA. Went to school. Now I am doing some of the coolest shit imaginable. A number of publications. Trips to the jungle. Exploring uncharted caves. Meeting celebs. Jumping out of airplanes. Presenting at academic conferences. Now trying to get into a PhD program in archaeology. That's it in a nutshell. If your life feels like it needs turned around, then in my experience there is a desire in the back of your mind that you've ignored for too long. Could be anything. But you have to do one of 2 things. You have to either start taking realistic steps towards that desire, or you have to reconcile the fact that the desire is unobtainable and stop dwelling on it. You also need to understand that either way is a step forward. I was a high school dropout in a dead-end job earning $30,000 per year. Found out my girlfriend was pregnant when we were only 20 and had visions of being a deadbeat broke dad who couldn't provide for a kid I brought into the world. So I did a bridging course and went to university at 21 just as my daughter was born. Married my girlfriend at 24 and have since had 2 more kids. Comfortably earn $200,000 a year and have a great career and feel like everything just fell into place. Ditched fake friends. Found a better job than my last one. Bought a house in a city close to work so my commute time got cut by 2 hours every day. Decreased my alcohol and weed consumption. Leaving Tumblr. I had been brainwashed into one of the most insufferable people. Boycotting everything. Tirades about inequality regardless of the appropriateness. The hive mind mentality was making me a bad person who thought I was always right and just. I'm happier now that I got out of there and people actually like being around me. I have friends again. Most importantly though, I'm enjoying the world without constantly spitting venom at anything that isn't the perfect utopia project. I thought and felt like life was all meaningless. Relationship with family wasn't that strong at the time and had a moment of distance with God, so I thought dying was the best option. I was unsuccessful at giving up life so decided to give life another chance and trying differently. So far I think I'm doing well. I kinda regret for wasted time but what can I do? Moving forward with the best I can is the only option. Edit. Sorry, I don't think this is a very clear explanation but yeah that's my story. 9-year relationship ended in 2008. We had kids and mortgage. I was miserable. Then I found a book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, which talks about how vast majority of our suffering is unconsciously created by ourselves. I took the book's words into practice and it works. I quit doing heroin at 23. I'm 26 now and going to college and working full time. I almost have my associates. I realized that it wasn't healthy, that I hadn't had my period in 1.5 years and broke bones from jumping 1 meter. So I decided from one moment to the next to just ignore all negative thoughts and allow my body all the food I had denied myself for so long. It had me in despair and pain from eating so much in the beginning, but it was what I needed. I just let my body take over, not my mind. And now I've been eating behavior free for almost 2 years and couldn't be more glad about this decision. I decided in my 8th grade year that school actually was worth it and decided to put a whole lot more effort into schoolwork. After my mom passed away, cancer, I quit drinking. I was drowning my sorrow in alcohol, it would have killed me, so I quit. Almost 3 years sober now. I started lifting weights. The give and take, the sacrifice, and the results, they changed everything. I started reading philosophy and eating more. I started cooking more so I could eat healthy. I got more respect from others. It changed everything. My TV died and I couldn't afford to buy a new one. Boy, do I have a ton of productive time when I'm not watching TV. I started going for 2 to 3 hour walks daily. I started reading an actual book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I started investing in stocks. I'm watching finance channels and motivational speakers. I learned that I have an imagination and can draw and paint. I honestly don't want a TV anymore. I love how productive I am. I'm barely just starting to turn around, but for the first time in a long time I'm heading in the right direction. Learn to code. Was stuck in administrative or sales positions most of my life. Went to a coding boot camp and became a data analyst and now a data engineer. I couldn't be more happy with my life. The pay and benefits are great and I really enjoy what I do. Every day is a new challenge and I wish I would have done it sooner and not waited till I turned 30. I started living by the thought, only leave the house as if you would meet the love of your life. Since then I always take a shower before going outside, shave, wear clean cloth and so on. It's not much, but this kind of order and self-esteem, because being clean in my life helped me through some really dark times. I had a baby at 15. Before her, I skipped school, got drunk high every night and ran away with my abusive boyfriend to get away from my abusive parents. Now I'm 22, I got custody of my brother 3 years ago. This year, I'm adopting my 2 cousins so they don't get separated in foster homes. I have a healthy home life, a beautiful daughter, a good job and the best dog in the world. Being a teen mom was the best thing I could have ever done. Switched schools and started socializing. Then I had to cut some toxic people out of my life and now I'm here. After 9 years of vegetation and working in shitty place, I decided to go to university. I've graduated last year and almost immediately got satisfying job. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily Reddit videos.